actual presentation, I heard it varies. Some of you have 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or even 45 minutes, right? So the concept is the same. I'm going to show you some body structures that have structure A, B, C, D, E. So you choose the structure that is most suitable for your contact. One of the structures is very simple, it's very straightforward, 3 points, and then you cover it. That would be a very good structure for a 5 minutes presentation. And some would have got like a 5 main or 3 main topics, main points, and then support by another few sub-points. That can be expounded to about 15 to 30 minutes. Okay? Now remember when you present, because you sometimes pause. If you don't pause, people just cannot retain. Yes. You can speak fast at certain time, and then you got to pause and slow down as well. So to give people time. It's like when you chew your food, you feed yourself very fast, but then when you chew, and then you need to swallow. After that, you have a pause before you have the next feed to yourself, right? Right, so from here on, as you begin, you strike a question, you appreciate the audience for being here, you tell them what they can take home, that's to arouse their interest, and then you continue with a bit of self-introduction, and then you may have another question or a statement. So are you ready to begin?
Yes.
If the response is not good enough, it says, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
It's louder most of the time.
What is W-I-I?
Okay, what is it in for me? That means for them to take home. What is it in for me? Right, now some of you who are good in jokes, you can start off with some jokes. And if you're not good with some jokes, try to research and then make sure that you practice and rehearse a bit before you throw out the jokes. Right? And having jokes that can relax the audience. There's this life insurance agent. He has to go fill up a form for a claim to this customer. And this customer asks, when he reached the point where he has a health question, he asks him, how did your grandfather die? Then this client says, well, I like the way my grandfather died, because he died calmly and peacefully. Unlike others in the car has to yell and scream. So the joke is why? He liked to die peacefully, isn't it? The joke is that there's an accident, how his grandfather died, but he didn't go into the how he died. So therefore, some of these, if I find it interesting, that this kind of joke probably it will relate to the audience, yeah, a little bit. So research. I'm not a good joke person, so probably the jokes are not enough. I started a joke. All right. Well, the most important thing about joke is you don't joke about others. Yeah, you start a joke, you joke on yourself, all right? Or you joke on something that's general. Don't joke on, of course, we all know that. Don't joke about races, don't joke about other genders, and so on, politics. Right. Stories, if you are good in telling stories, we are not. Just tell stories at the beginning. Best is your own little story. But make sure when you share stories, the stories are not too long. 1 minute story is always good. 1 minute story. Or even a 30-second story. So don't go yak, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's a bit too long. That's the entire speech already. Right, you can use prop. As you tell stories, you can use prop or you can use your hand. For example, you will make point, like Bernard saying, or you can express something big, and you can use your hand to gesture, tell stories. Using prop, so many props that you can do. And you talk about making sure that you wake up on time and set your alarm, so you start to use something that you want to support your point. It's called prop. Am I okay? Am I going too fast? No? Okay, good. So choose the props that you are most comfortable with, and make sure when you hold the prop up, everybody can see what you're holding. Make sure it's high enough near your head level. All right? Don't make it the good, that's so stingy. So, okay, make sure you have difficulties to get up. Set 3 alarms. One of them, your little mini alarm clock, and then you set the alarm from your handphone and so on. But you're holding it up at the waist level. People at the back couldn't see. Poor what I'm holding. So he has to go see. He has to go like that. So if you hold up, of course he could see. Right? And then turn to your audience, make sure it's all covered from all angles. Everyone can see what you are holding. Alright, opening with questions, methods. Right, we mentioned that earlier, so this is another slide. Okay, quotation. Quotation. Early bird catches the worms. Start the quote. And start early with your insurance, and you will not end up without any worms. Make sure that there's food. Something like that. Do some quotes. You can create your own quotations as well. Why not? Okay, people can remember your topic by associating with quotes. Anyone have good quotes here? Let me see what I have over here. Good quotes. Success comes to those who prepare well and put in effort. It's not new, but it is a quotation. What else you can do?
Choices and consequences.
Chances are
Choices and consequences.
Choices are consequences. It's good. So I'm sure there's so many related quotes to your presentation. Find one short quote that you could remember. Right, opening. Well, this is kind of making a suspense. Some people, if you have some of you is going to do a platform speaking. This will be good for platform speaking. Create an audience to so the suspense for the audience. Start the music before you walk out. All right. Things like "We are the champions." So old and so. And then what else? We will rock you is one of them. Or you can come out to the audience and say, "Dewa, Dewa." Do a same song. Yeah. How does the lyric? On the day now, I'm gonna make it. Dewa. Something like that. I'm not a good singer, but it's good. Yeah. So sing. Or you can work with the logistic people to darken the room, and you can walk up and back of the stage. And then suddenly, you step in the middle of the stage and suddenly the spotlight's on you. Yes. And then the music also starts. Right? Yeah, make an entrance and do the drum rolls or some. Oh, some of you that's really good, you can do the Kung Fu style. Yeah. Or Silat, to give some talent that you may have. So these are all good for engaging, catching the audience's attention in the beginning, and also a chance for you to share your extra skills, not just everyday insurance. Oh, you can dance. Yeah. You want to do a ballroom dancing with your partner. Yeah. And then, is this maybe more? Oh, yeah. So you're going to talk about life with such bliss and joy. Not only we work, we also have our fun time. And because you have fun time, you succeeded. Talk about exercise. Probably come with the exercise gear. Wow, this one so good, Sean. You are so healthy, full of life and energy. I want to be like Sean. He's so successful and so healthy. That's it. I want to emulate him. Then you start with your speech. Why not? So things like that will help with a good opening. So are you with me?
Yes.
So have any tips and ideas? So Christopher, what do you have in mind suddenly that after I've shared about opening? What kind of idea that you have in back in your mind how we're going to start the topic? Anyone have any idea? Questioning method, yes.
Maybe it was morning. I couldn't end with the example of the sport. I'm thinking of playing the video of that and but because I didn't
Recap. You start with the video. Why not?
Because it's a sports video. So there's like 3 seconds of it, and then just about let me get down to it.
Yeah, why not? That's also very attention catching, and then you will make them wonder. They're very curious to find out what's at the end, so they will stay with you till the end. That's a very good opening as well. Why not? Yeah. And how long is our speech, Kelly? 30 30 minutes. Okay, good. That's a good start as well. Anyone have any idea now how you want to start? It's something different. Don't just come up. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Start with something new that you have not done before. Shonton, are you presenting on that day? Okay, you have any idea how you want to start? Your opening? Still thinking. Okay, anyone already got an idea? Tell me when you have got your thoughts. Yeah, Shonton? Your Shonton and your Shonya. Okay, I'm right? Okay, how you say? Okay, Lila. Lila, have anything? Do you have in mind how to start?
Mine is just short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Yeah, short and sweet also can start something like interesting.
I'm Lila, just call me Jill.
Yeah. I like Lila, Lila. Okay, right. Now, before you go to the topic, have a real case incident. You can share a real case if you want to. This kind of storytelling already. Alright, be specific on the case that you want to share. And make sure it's something positive. Don't share something so negative. Something positive as in, right, if you prepare early, then everything will be just nice. You will have your, everything, the family, the survivors. I'm so happy right now. I'm so pleased that the deceased has prepared beforehand. They have already built a house, a roof for the rainy days, something like that. So good case to share. Next is use multimedia, which is, Kathy was just saying, can you share with a video? So this is about a short music or a short video. Right. Right, so I've just asked a question. I think to maximize the time of my sharing, I will skip this one because it's supposed to be a group exercise. Just have a quick thought， 就是要怎么开始？开始呢，好像只有他们每个人都看着你，就是对的。They will have all eyes on you on the opening of your speech. Alright, let's move into the next body. Remember, I'm taking you through the pre-stage time. Right now, you have to think of the title and then thinking how you want to start. And body is as important. A couple of ways to look into preparing your body. That would be the context and the body content. Bernard has shared, so I'm not going to dwell on it. Now, if those of you who's going to share about 30 minutes or more, you have to have a couple of main points. Now, this is important for those. And these main points will have to be substantiated, supported with a couple of sub-points. For those that are sharing that's less than 15 minutes, you just have to, especially 1 minute speech or 3 minute speech. 3 minute speech, 3 points is more than enough. Yes? If you have 15 minutes, you think you're going to share each point, you're going to talk about each slide. Honestly, in my timing, each slide, if I stop to talk, each slide can take 5 minutes. So you don't want to have too many slides, honestly. For 15 minutes maximum, how many slides do you think?
No slide.
Oh, no slides. Okay, so but then you still have your reference. You're going to use split chart,
Yes.
right? But you still have to prepare, right? You can prepare. You can refer to your laptop, isn't it so, or your iPad?
Yeah, laptop and iPad.
Yeah, that's why you still use a PowerPoint and you put in your pointers on that slide. So if you use a guideline of the number of slides for 15 minutes. Okay, sure, go ahead. Yeah. I do not suggest that you write up your speeches in a long paragraph after paragraph like those days you write essay in the school. You don't do that. You split them up into pointers form and then you categorize into main so-called topics or main points and then sub-points. In that way, you can remember better. And then indicate to yourself what story you're going to support this point, or You can use illustration of case or statistics, right? Now, no PowerPoint. You cannot show statistics there. You will just have to draw your graph if you need to tell something or the right numbers. Now, in that case, since you're only going to use flip chart, you're going to go early and write on your flip chart if you have some information to show. Right now. Yeah? And use different color marker pens, please. In that way, you can differentiate and easy to follow because colors captures attention. Okay, now let's go into the 5 main structures of the body that you can prepare. We have got for you 5 different types of preparations for the body of the speech from A to E. Now, if you notice A, it has, where is it? It has 4 points, 3 points. It has 3 points. Alright? Point number 1 would be your opening, followed by point number 1, first sentence about the heading. So supported by 3 subpoints. This is one of the way. And each subpoint you can support again with an illustration, story, or some other cases, or it's just an explanation. You can do that. Point number 2 would be your another sentence heading. Give audience another 3 This is a suggestion, yeah? It could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be a maximum of 3 subpoints. So meaning you will probably looking at the most 3 main points with 3 subpoints each, a total of only 9 points. Clear? A clear example, like Jenny says she has 36 illnesses. Then you break that up into, say, for example, 4 main points, and each main point you list up the couple of other smaller illnesses that supports the main point. Okay, alright. Now you can refer to the notes on itself. Let me show you an example. The example is this. Now the first heading, main point, let's say the advantage of rules in agency meeting. So we can support with some subpoints, saving time. That means we talk about the tardiness or punctuality. You touch on the agenda. Agenda has to be in order, and you will touch on the discipline and culture, and then you explain. Each point at the short end, you explain. And one slide itself is 1 point. It could take easily 5 minutes. All right, 3 main point, 15 minutes, count it. All right. Now, if you have any speech that's less than 15 minutes, no need points, so straight away have this point in a mental, in your mind. It's a mental, structure, and then you speak accordingly. So you run a little story in your mind, like a video, right? Similar way. Okay, moving on. Now these are just, to me, good to learn. And later, if you have your speech in mind, we can just have that, get ready for the afternoon's presentation. Structure B, straightforward, 3 main points only. And these main points are supported with your case study, your story, your illustration, and so on and so forth. Are you with me? Yes. Now, this would be good for the 15-minute speech. Structure A will be good for your 30 minutes or 45-minute speech. Structure A will be good for a longer speech. Structure B is a slightly shorter speech, like 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Right, example, we talk about the fact of medical emergencies. If you don't take care of it right now, you don't plan it, you may empty your pocket, empty your bank accounts. So choice of words are important. If you feel that this group can take words like bankrupt, then do so. If you think that this group don't like the word bankrupt, then you can change to other words. So know your audience, know your audience. We're going to take you through how to get to your audience later. Point 2, preventive care and early intervention. So you're going to talk about that. You can even show the actual bills, that specimens that you have got, and always quote the reference where you've got the information from. Structure C for body would also be quite straightforward. The 5 wives and husband, who, where, what, how, when, what, who, what, where, when, what, and how. This would be good for storytelling, because some of you would be doing 5 minutes. This is very good for a short speech. Alright, again, opening, closing. In between, we're talking about the body structure, D, example D. Structure D is to discover a particular fact, and can expound on it, and you can support with an article, and you can just go logically line by line in one story. So again, this could be good for a very short speech, like 3 to 5 minutes. Right, this is an example. Every story, every line that you relate to, you can support it with an illustration or a bit of background, and then carry through the whole story. Very simple and very straightforward, short speech structure. Structure E, it connects the story but no particular order. Okay, it could be very factual. You want to share information and facts. There is no, you don't need to have any flow of this comes first before the other. So you can just use a final structure. Again, E would be good for not too long a speech as well. Usually about 5 to 15 minute speech. Also quite suitable for structure C. Then we look at it. If example, the topic is danger of not reviewing your policy often, right? What are the dangers that if you do not review your policy often? So you may have some of these points, and this has no specific order, right? You can start on medical fees first, you can start on educational fees for funds first, so no particular order. And even if you do not have it on the slide, you should meet.
This is from outside.
It is.
It's a mic.
It's a mic.
Raising with your chain.
Put my chain inside. So they're jealous with my chain. Alright, so I hide it. Okay, now it's fine. Where am I? I was talking about this structure E, the way that you structure the body of your content in structure E method. It could be any flow, but it would be good for short speeches. And those of you are so afraid that I forgot what must I say first. Should this be point 2 or point 3? You know, you struggle with your memory. So this kind of structure is good because all you need to know is I have got to cover medical and education and what else, retirement and what else, properties and stuff like that. You can do so with this kind of structure. Now the best way to do this when you don't know where and which one to start, you look through your points over here, and then you say, oh, I need to make sure, like Mohan this morning, I want to make sure that I covered all the things that I want to say. Sometimes our memory fails, so create acronym. Create acronym. For example, I need to talk about medical. I need to talk about critical illness. I need to talk about education and retirement. So then or maybe savings. So you have got S, R, E, M, and C. So you try to coin out a simple acronym. And then that way you won't forget. And you also help your audience to remember the way you remember. Alright? Let's do a quick example. What can we come up with? You want to talk about medical, you want to education, retirement, savings,
Critical illness.
and critical illness. Or critical illness, you use I. Mercy. Mercy. So in that way you won't forget. Your mercy is not from it's C-Y but S-I. Then that helps you to remember. Is it a good idea? Yeah. To me it works very well.
Just a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know those guys are speaking in 15 minutes talk.
Yeah.
They are going to be just right face to face with the audience.
Right.
Just it's a fun. I'm trying to get your view. We only got 15 minutes to finish our presentation.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody in the crowd raises a hand and says, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be rude for us to say, ask me after my session, or do I have to say it first, whereby foregoing my speech?
Okay, you can sacrifice few seconds first. Thank you for your question. If I may answer you very quickly, it will be this. However, I needed a bit longer to answer your question. Stay back after the session. I will be able to address you. That's right. It is not nice to tell them off and say, I have no time to answer your question or it will take too long. But you answer just by one sentence so that you satisfy the person's asking question. And at the same time, you say, because I have a limitation on my time, I will address it one-to-one after my session. Y'all come back to me. Stay back to me. Things like that. And then when you are thirsty, like I'm thirsty right now, what do? You can take your drinks, and if somebody is talking to you, please don't drink in front of them. And once you have a chance to drink, or you can tell the audience, wow, give me a few seconds, and then what you drink, you don't drink in front of them like that, but you turn to your side or back. Quick sip. You need to have that big, quick sip, because instead of you coughing in front of them when your throat is dry. Right, so are we clear with all the structure A, B, C, D, E? Yes. Right, so we maximize our time here. Now this is bad, I mentioned earlier. Do not write your speech like an essay and try to remember everything. Now if you really have to write, do so, you write it, and then you read through, and then you highlight with your pen, and then you create points. And then you discover, oh my gosh, I'm so greedy, 我很贪心，我要跟他们讲这么多 I have so many things to share. So what do you do? Tak apa, kalau ada terlalu banyak point, kita baca lagi sekali. And then kita compare dengan title kita. And when you match your title, yang ni not today lah, next time. So you cross out your points. You need to cross out your points. And then you stand by your needed points in case you have extra time. You're going to have somebody to listen to you because you have time constraint. You're not like trainer, it's different. Trainer have 8 hours, you have 6.5 hours to talk to you, have a lot of time. But if you only have 15 minutes, it's really seriously, you got to rehearse a little bit. Okay?